Jeanette DePalma, born August 3rd, 1956, passed away August 7th, 1972, was an American teenager who is thought to have been killed in Springfield Township, Union County, New Jersey, USA, on or around August 7th, 1972. The body was found the following month in Springfield's Hotel Quarry near a cliff that the locals refer to as the Devil's Teeth. Due to rumors of connections to purported occult activity in the area, the events surrounding her death were sensationalized in the local media. Because of coverage in Weird NJ magazine and the 2015 book Death on the Devil's Teeth, which offered multiple theories but no conclusive answers, the case, which is still unsolved, has grown to be a major source of controversy. When 16-year-old Jeanette DePalma left her Springfield Township, Union County, New Jersey, home on Clearview Road in the afternoon of Monday, August 7th, 1972, she told her mother she was taking the train to a friend's house. Her parents filed a missing person report with the Springfield Police Department the next day after she failed to show up at her friend's house or return later that evening. After a neighbor's dog returned DePalma's decomposing right forearm and hand to its owner, the body was discovered on September 19th, 6 weeks later, atop a cliff inside Springfield's Hotel Quarry. A number of odd and possibly esoteric artifacts surrounded DePalma's skeletal remains, as reported by multiple witnesses at the scene. A coffin-shaped perimeter of fallen branches and logs encircled the remains, and inside this perimeter were several small, improvised wooden crosses. Although descriptions vary, this is the most widely accepted account. Afterwards, some Springfield locals stated that DePalma's remains were discovered strewn around dismembered animal remains on a pentagram. Law enforcement officials have refuted the accuracy of this. The fact that the body was discovered on a cliff that the locals had been referring to as the Devil's Teeth for several decades caused even more controversy. When an autopsy failed to identify DePalma's cause of death, the Springfield Police Department launched an investigation. There was no indication of bone fractures, gunshot wounds, or knife strikes on her remains or clothing. The Union County Prosecutor's Office proceeded to handle the case as an unsolved homicide because the coroner had suspicions about strangulation as the cause of death for reasons that were not given. In addition, the coroner found an abnormally high level of lead in the remains. However, no explanation for this finding was also found. A tip about a homeless man residing in the woods close to the quarry was given to Springfield police early in the investigation. Locals called this man Red, and it was said that he left his woodsy campsite soon after DePalma vanished. Though this lead appeared promising at first, the Union County Prosecutor's Office ultimately concluded that Red was not involved in DePalma's death. Despite the fact that investigators kept looking for leads, the case eventually came to a standstill because of a dearth of public tips and conflicting accounts provided to the authorities by her friends, family, and peers. No drug paraphernalia was found on, near, or around DePalma's body, despite the innuendo and rumors spread by Springfield police about her possibly overdosing on drugs. Nor was she known by friends or family to have used any prescription or recreational drugs other than the occasional social marijuana smoker. DePalma's autopsy report does not address the possibility of a drug overdose, and during the autopsy of her remains, medical examiner Bernard Ehrenberg publicly stated that he suspected strangulation because he was unable to rule it out. Human sacrifice accusations. A few weeks following the discovery of DePalma's remains, a number of newspapers, such as the Newark Star-Ledger and the New York Daily News, reported that she might have been the victim of an occult sacrifice, either by local witches operating inside the nearby Watchung Reservation or by Satanists. The theories of James Tate, the pastor of the DePalma family's Assemblies of God Church, and the reports that the body had been discovered surrounded by strange objects sparked this coverage. In several Union County communities, which were still getting over the shock of the John List murders just 10 months prior, rumors about the case caused a panic. After receiving numerous anonymous letters regarding DePalma's passing, Weird NJ magazine started covering the decades-old cold case in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Editor and co-founder Mark Moran started looking into the case and wrote about a number of allegedly suspicious details, such as the claim that the case file had been lost or destroyed by Springfield police. According to the Springfield Police Department, Hurricane Floyd's 1999 flooding is to blame for the file's loss. According to some, there is still a copy on file. Eventually, Moran partnered with Jesse P., a Weird NJ correspondent, Pollock, to pen Death on the Devil's Teeth, the unusual murder that startled suburban New Jersey. During the course of their investigation, Pollock and Moran came across a number of potential cover-up incidents, links to other unsolved homicides, and previously unidentified suspects. To have Jeanette DePalma's clothing tested for DNA, Edward Salzano filed a lawsuit against the Union County Prosecutor's Office. John Bansay, Jeanette DePalma's nephew, gave Salzano a box of documents containing the FBI crime lab report and the medical examiner's report before he passed away. According to the crime lab report, in 1972, stains discovered in her bra, blouse, pants, and underwear were too decomposed for conclusive blood and semen examinations. The Justice for Jeanette DePalma organization was mentioned by the New York Daily News in 2021 as being committed to preserving her memory. Even as the case nears its 50th anniversary, the organizers are still searching for leads. A revised piece on DePalma's case was published by the Daily Beast in 2022. The book, A Long Walk Home, mentions Jeanette DePalma and calls for her case to be reclassified as a homicide rather than a suspicious death. Jeanette DePalma, Joan Kramer, and Carol Ann Farino killings are mentioned in the book as having parallels. Potential relationship to Richard Cottingham. The torso killer, Richard Cottingham, a New Jersey serial killer who was convicted, gave journalist Jesse P. a number of written statements in the spring of 2021. Pollock made a suggestion that he might have killed and kidnapped DePalma while she was hitchhiking. Cottingham consented to talk with investigators if they would meet with him, and Pollock then forwarded this correspondence to the Union County Prosecutor's Office. The 2022 updated and revised edition of Death on the Devil's Teeth included Cottingham's statements regarding Jeanette's murder. There have been no updates from law enforcement as of December 2022.